Hey guys, Austin here and welcome to today's training video. Today what we're going to be doing is creating a personal brand. Now, one of the things that people seem to have a lot of questions on when they're coming here to EXP is what brand do I promote? What am I a part of? And how should I even consider starting to brand myself? So that's what we're going to be walking through in this video. We're going to be talking about how to actually create a personal brand. If you already have one, you can actually just make some edits to it if you wish, or you can use it as is. And then we're also going to talk about how to create things like business cards and brochures and listing signs and all that good stuff. We have all of those templates ready for you to use. And then lastly, we'll talk about how to order some of those items. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Now, when you're getting started here at EXP, one of the things that we like to have our agents do is create a personal brand, because after all, the whole reason you're in business is to really promote yourself and grow your own business. And one of the best ways that you can start doing that and start going in the right direction there is by having an identity behind your services, which is really all that a logo is. And so creating a logo is going to be super easy. We've actually developed and designed over 300 personal brands. And so we've got to test a lot of different things. We've worked with different designers, and we've tried giving different notes and going through lots of different revisions. And we think we've really created a great process that is very cost efficient. It gets you the best results right on the first time that the designer actually gives you the proofs of the logo. And so let's go ahead and jump into a few of the notes and resources that I have here for you. So the first thing I want to point out is our recommended web designer for the personal brand. And this is just through Fiverr. If you don't have a Fiverr account, just go ahead and create one. It's a great place to hire freelance workers. And you can just use the simple $10 option that they have. And so we've been working with Crossline for a long time. They do a great job developing brands, and it's $10. It actually ends up being like $12 after tax and whatnot. And you get unlimited revisions. You get high quality, transparent PNG files, which is what you need for a lot of the other things that we'll be creating. So like this is going to be a great place to order your personal brand. Okay. Now the next thing that I want to talk about is your brand examples. Now, if you're not sure exactly how to even create a personal brand, that's why we have these sample logos here for you. We've had a lot of luck with using these specific images as starting points for the designer to go ahead and actually start creating something special. Now, of course, you can go to Google Images, you can use Pinterest, and you can just type in logo inspiration and start to get lots of ideas. That's a great way to go about creating a personal brand. But if you're wanting something that's a little tried and true and you see something here that you like, one of these could be a great starting point for you and your designer to get to work together on collaboration. So you'll have this link here. And the reason why we like these is because logos like this, for some reason, I know it's a little small here on the screen, they look really good on the business cards once we have them put onto business cards. And so I'll show you what some of our templates look like, and I think you'll kind of get the gist of what's going on. Now, the last thing that I'll talk about as far as ordering your brand is going to be the editing notes that you give the designer. Now, the better the notes you give to your designer and the clearer the vision for your personal brand, the better the results you're going to get with it. So if you click here onto editing notes, this will be something that you just copy and paste into your order on Fiverr once you place your order here. They'll ask you some questions and whatnot. You can answer those, but make sure to include this information, because this will make sure that you get both color versions of the logo, that you get a black version and a white version, and then you'll also be sure to get a very high version of the logo. So they'll probably also recognize these notes and know that you guys are a referral from us, which will be great. Hopefully they'll give you guys great treatment. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to cover, that is the creating of the personal brand. I guess a couple other things that I'll mention on that is like, how do you create a personal brand? What should it be about? A really good place to go, especially if you're an individual agent, is to just create a personal brand around your name. Now, you'll notice that I push Park Place because that was my real estate brokerage, and now our team here at eXp Realty once we had done our merger. But I had worked under the Park Place brand for about 5 years as my company, and we still have a lot of our agents that actually love to utilize that brand because we took a lot of time to make it really attractive. We made a great name for ourselves in the industry, and that's really the idea of a brand. So I still personally represent the Park Place brand. I am Park Place brokered by EXP. That's how I handle my brand. But for example, you might be, your first name, last name, brokered by EXP, and that can be your personal brand. Okay, so I think if you're not really sure where to go about it, you can reach out to me, you can reach out to your sponsor, but I think that that's kind of going to get you going in the right direction, at least as you're deciding on how to go about building out your brand. Now, the next thing I want to show you are the marketing material templates that we have here for you. Now, everything we've done has been inside of Canva, so it's nice and easy to use. So I'll go ahead and open this up. It's as simple as duplicating this template and using it. So you'll see here that we have a white and a black version. These are fully customizable to your liking. So you'll go ahead and replace your full name here. If you're, depending on your state, the jurisdictions and whatnot, they have different titles. In Washington State, where a regular agent is a broker. But in Texas, as an example, a broker is the designated broker, and a realtor is what you would call yourself in Texas, most likely. Okay, so update your title to reflect properly. You could also maybe say realtor and advisor, or whatever you want to say. You can kind of put that there as your title. eXp Realty, I recommend not touching that. Just leave that alone. Your number, your email address, your website. We just have our Park Place website here. Go ahead and put your website. If you're not sure which one to do, you can just do the exprealty.com website. That's a good one. And then this needs to be your office address for wherever your license is hung. Now you'll see over here we have our Park Place logo. You can actually replace this with whatever it is that your personal brand is. So when you get your logo done, your logo could go right here, and you could ditch the Park Place brand as well. But you're also welcome to use it if you would like. Now down here, you'll see that, let's see here, I think I have another set of these templates here for you. Actually, what you'll probably end up doing here is putting your personal brand here as well. So as simple as deleting this and then dragging in your logo right here. I'll just grab this one right here as an example, and you can do it like this. Now you'll want to check with your state broker just to make sure that you're following all the guidelines. I'm not giving any legal advice on how branding guidelines work in your state or jurisdiction, but this is what we do here as far as in our area, and we've been good to go here. We just want to make it clear to the public, to anybody seeing our marketing materials, that we are licensed real estate agents under eXp Realty, okay? You're allowed to have a personal brand, you're good to go there, but you just want to not make sure that you're not misleading anyone, okay? So there we go. So good to go as far as that goes. Next thing that we'll talk about are listing signs. So it's going to be the same exact thing here. We did get rid of the, we have Park Place brokered by EXP, or just the EXP down here. So feel free to ditch the Park Place. We're not expecting everybody to use that. That's just kind of our thing, and we have it there. If you'd like to utilize it, you're more than welcome to. But you go ahead and you would replace this part of your logo here, and then you just fill out this information and make sure you're good to go. Now, these signs are really good looking in real life. These are a 24 width by 30 inch, so a little bit taller, and just looks really sharp. So we've tested these. We love the way that these turn out once they're done at the sign manufacturer, and they look great. Now, there are the black signs as well, so go ahead and pick whichever one that you like. Okay, I'm not going to go through all of these. We have open house signs, and then we also have the directional signs. Now, I'll go move on next to the brochure template, and so you can see here that we have the same thing. So if you want to order some property brochures for a listing that you have, or maybe create a personal branded brochure that you hand out at your listing appointments and on your buyer consultations, you can go ahead and duplicate these, drag in, drop your pictures, edit all the words and whatnot, and then order these through ExpressDocs, which is vendors. So I'll talk about that here in a moment. Now, one of the points that I wanted to make sure that you know about is that if you're ordering signs, including listing signs, you want to make sure that you check with the sign manufacturer to make sure that the black is not going to have any tint to it, and it's not going to turn out like greenish or anything like that. We've had a couple of examples where we give them a black sign, everything looks great on paper, the proof looks good, but then when they print it, for some reason their machine prints it and it has a green tint or a different color tint to it. So you want to make sure that you check with the manufacturer, get it in writing if you can, and just say, hey, I want to make sure that it's not going to come out looking green at all. Like, I just want it to be black. And then see what they say and make sure you're good to go. So we're not going to recommend a sign manufacturer just because We've had a couple of issues in the past with some of the manufacturers that work across the country, and everybody here is, in different locations and whatnot. So you probably know at this point who a good sign manufacturer is in your area. If not, you can either type it into the school to see if anybody else knows of any good sign manufacturers in the area, or do a little research yourself there. Now, I am confident in our business card manufacturer and our brochure manufacturer. Primal Print is absolutely amazing. I want to make sure that I actually link in the right material here, because I almost just gave you just the company. So we actually like to use these. You can see here that they're a nice thick stock. They're a painted edge, and they look really nice and high end. They're not super cheap. Prices are always fluctuating a little bit, but highly recommend you at least consider them, because if you're going for the premium look, that is the premium material. It looks absolutely incredible. Okay. And then lastly, I'll talk about is Express Stocks for ordering brochures. So if you want to order brochures, you can check out this company. They are not cheap, but again, depending on what you're going for in the business, if you're going for cheap, that's absolutely okay. Then just know that you're going for that. A lot of the things that we try to push out are a little bit slightly more expensive, but a good deal. We don't, trust me, we're cheap in the sense of we like to be wise with how we spend our marketing dollars, but sometimes it can make sense to spend a little bit more just to be the premium option. And the last thing that I wanted to leave you guys with is that eXp actually offers you a free and included branding kit when you come on board, and that includes like some business cards and some folders and all of that good stuff. That in order to get that, you have to go into eXp World and request it from the Expert Care desk. So go into eXp World, go to the Expert Care desk, and say, "Hey, I'm a new agent with you guys. I'd like to request my free branding kit that has the business cards and the folders and all of that good stuff." So if you're just looking for something free, just to kind of get going in the meantime, go in and get those. You can always upgrade to some of these other materials later. And I hope that was very informative for you guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. Feel free to send us an email or a text. And we look forward to connecting with you guys again here soon. And let's get after it. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.